Good morning everybody and welcome from quite a windy Wales. I am going to try and get this video done before the rain comes because there are huge rain clouds over in the distance that way across Snowdonia and they're coming towards me, so hopefully we can get the video done before we get drenched. The purpose of the video today is I'm going to do a review on my awning. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have a seasonal pitch in North Wales. The site's open from the beginning of March to the end of October, and during that time we're quite lucky in that we can leave our awnings up the whole time. I know there's some seasonal pitches where you have to take them down. Fortunately, we don't have to, because I wouldn't like to be putting this up and taking it down every time I come to the caravan. So the awning that I currently have is the Camptech Hampton DL seasonal air awning. Now this has been up just over a month now, so I thought it's the ideal time to actually be able to do an honest review of it. Didn't see the point in just putting it up and doing a review straight away, because I needed it to have been tried and tested with different elements of the weather, and oh boy, I can feel rain. Has it been put through its paces. Here in the UK we have had every kind of weather you could imagine. From torrential rain, hailstones the size of footballs, we've had thunder and lightning, we've had 25 to 30 degree temperatures. So yes, this over the last 5 weeks has definitely been put through its paces, and I have got to say, absolutely 100% not a problem with it. So what I'm going to do is just go through some of the key features of it on the outside, and then take you inside, because these clouds are definitely coming. So I'm just hoping when I get on the inside you're actually going to be able to hear me and it isn't going to be absolutely pelting down with rain. Right, so the awning itself is made from a Camptech Climatech premium S21 material. So it is basically like a coated polyester, which is absolutely ideal because it can just be wiped down. So yeah, if you get them birds flying overhead like we do here a lot, and they do happen to leave you little presents, you can just wipe it all down. The same with you know what awnings are like when you're trying to pack them away. Although I haven't obviously packed this away yet, I do know that during later months of the year when the site is open, it gets quite muddy. So trying to put an awning away that is like a fabric one without it getting marked is pretty difficult. So at least with this I'll be able to just wipe it down if we do get any sort of muddy marks on it or anything like that. So the whole awning is inflated from a single point here. There's one valve here. So you inflate it there and the whole awning will go up from that single point. There are also additional ones at both ends. So obviously then when you come to deflate it, you've got 3 points to get all the air out. Now, once it's all inflated, inside, which I'll show you in a minute, there are isolation valves in 4 points. So that's quite handy, because obviously if you did have a problem with one of the beams and you needed to replace it, you haven't got to take the whole awning down. You can just isolate that section and just take it out, replace it, and then pop it back in, open the valve, pump it all back up again. What I actually do is, because the awning is left kind of unsupervised when I'm not here, for peace of mind, should something happen, I actually have all my valves closed off, so that if one beam did happen to have a problem, at least then I'm not going to come back to the whole awning being deflated. It will literally be that one beam is going to go down. So that's what I do, and that really gives me a lot of peace of mind, because for those of you who have been watching my videos for quite a while will know last season I had a lot of problems with my awning. In fact, it caused a lot of, let's say, a lot of damage to my caravan, and it wasn't the awning that was the problem. It's because I am on such a slopey pitch, so I don't really know if the camera picks it up, but my pitch slopes down from the back to the front, and it is sort of about 15 inches that it runs out in total. So poled awnings can be a bit of a problem, hence why I thought I'd try an air one, because I thought I might get the pitch a little bit better. And yeah, definitely, fingers crossed, so far so good, no problems whatsoever. And I'm certainly not worrying about getting the call that yeah, the awnings come down, or something's happened with poles going through caravan windows, because obviously with the air awning there's no worry of that. Even worst case scenario, the whole awning came down, there's going to be no damage to the caravan, as in any poles hitting it or anything like that. Hopefully we're not even going to have to worry about that anyway. Now regarding access points, so I have my door at the back end there because I like to walk out onto my garden area and see all the mountains. Now I was using this one here as my doorway, and sometimes if it's a really nice day I will use that one, and that's slightly wider. Same the other end, you can also use the end one at the front, or you can use sort of like right at the front. There's a similar door to the one that I use here at the back. There's a ventilation flap up here which I just leave open all the time because it just lets a good flow of air come through. Regarding storm straps, there are 3 points at the front, there's 3 points at the back, and there's also this one here, so you've got plenty of places to put storm straps to give you that extra peace of mind that the awning isn't going anywhere. You've also got these little ones down here as well, which you could just put little bungee straps, but yeah, I'm not really going to bother with them. Right, I'll take you to the other side now. Right, so you'll see here where the points are for the storm straps, one up there, one below it, and then there's also one in that top corner there. So yeah, this is what I use for my doorway. Now this window here has got a fly screen, so you can lift the whole thing up to get a nice flow of air going through. All the windows have got these privacy blinds, which are all on like a little toggle system. So they're handy to pop down if you're not going to be here for a while, because it just sort of keeps the sun off anything inside. Okay, let's go inside. Right, so inside you'll see here are the isolation points that I was talking about. So you've got 2 there, you've got another one this end, and then another one this end here. And then in the roof here you've got these support beams. So these are just on Velcro. So when you blow the awning up, it's blown up from this point here. And then obviously the air is then sent across these beams here, this one and this one down here. Now these 4 beams are additional beams that you just blow up separately, and then they're stuck on with Velcro onto the front beam and then just across to the caravan. So just like a normal poled awning where you would have the roof beams attached, roof poles I should say, attached to your caravan to support the roof. Now there's also these additional alloy poles, so there's 4 of those. Now you will see I don't have one here, and I'm going to explain that in a minute, because you've probably noticed I've got it over that side. So the reason I've got this one here is because, like I say, because I am on such a slope, the front end of any awning is where I get the issues. Now, when I first erected this one, I had an issue with this corner here because, as I say, not only does it run front slope, front back to front, it also slopes from the caravan towards this side as well. Especially, lay on my foot there, Molly, especially in this corner here. Now, when I first put the awning up, I had this beam here quite upright, and what it was doing was pushing this beam. It was kind of making the beam concave in a little bit, which was causing problems then with the awning not sitting right this end. So what I actually done was then pushed this beam out as far as I possibly could, and then I've put this alloy pole in here to support it, and that has actually done the trick. I've had no issues whatsoever since I've done that. I would certainly say when you first put them up, if they're on a seasonal pitch, to try and be there for a good few days, so you can just tweak them if you need to. Obviously, I've done my tweaking there, and like I say, it's been absolutely fine because we have had such strong winds and the awning was solid. I mean, what I did have to do the first couple of weeks was I kept topping it up with a little bit of air. Not a lot, it was literally 3 pumps, and that's the other thing, when you're blowing it up, it goes up in no time whatsoever. If you watch my video of when myself and my daughter were actually erecting it, you'll see it flies up. It's quite remarkable. You're kind of doing a little bit of pumping, then one of you gets inside, pushes it, and suddenly it's up. It's like, wow, a lot better than a poled one, let me tell you. So yeah, I did have to put a little bit of air in, but in the last 3 weeks I've not had to put any in whatsoever, and it's as hard as when I blew it up basically. So there's no worry about them losing air, because I know a lot of people do worry about that, and it was a little bit of a worry of mine, hence why I done all the isolation valves the way I did. But thinking about it, I think it's wise to leave them as they are, so that, yeah, if it does go down a little bit, it's only going to go down from one point, not from the whole lot, if that makes sense. So inside, yeah, you've got curtains on all the windows, which just, yeah, gives it that little homely touch, doesn't it? Now you can take all the front panels out and the side panels, so you have just got basically a big canopy then. So on a really hot day, I did have the fronts drop down. I didn't take them out completely, but I did drop them down a lot, and you can get I think they're called veranda poles, and they go sort of from the middle beam to the ends, a pole running across. So if you do unzip them, you can just sort of drop them down. It makes it all look a lot tidier than what I was doing, and just sort of like throwing them over the side. So yeah, they're an additional extra that you can get. I don't really think I can tell you much else about the awning itself. As I say, I'm thrilled with it. I absolutely love it. It's a game changer for me because, like I say, I'm not worrying about any damage or anything like that. And I know sort of air tents, pole tents, air awning, poled awning, there's a lot of there can be quite heated discussions about it, because I've been on quite a lot of camping groups over the years, and some people are very set in the ways as to what's the best option. For me, I like both. I don't have a preference, because I've had a poled awning on here for 7 years, different Camptech ones. This is now my 4th Camptech awning, and they've been absolutely fab. It is just the problem with my pitch, and that is why I've gone for the air awning this time round. And I think for anyone, if you want that peace of mind, I would 100% recommend the air awnings. They are a little bit more pricey. However, I don't think you can put a price on not being stressed. I was getting to the point where every time I went home, I was just worrying about getting that call because I'm over 2 hours away from my pitch. I just, yeah, I didn't want to be getting that call that I've got to then come back to sort the awning. And as you'll see, I do like my awning to be set up with like lots of nice things, and that not only could it damage the caravan, obviously whatever you've got in it as well is probably going to get destroyed. So yeah, regarding peace of mind, it is an absolute game changer. What I'm going to do is I'll put any links to Camptech. They actually have a Camptech club which you can join, and you get I think you get extended warranties. So, you know, if you're considering a new awning, that's always worth looking at as well, just to give you that peace of mind. If there's any problems, you've got, you know, a little bit more backup as well. Anyway, I hope this video has helped anybody if you are considering getting a new awning. Definitely take a look at the Camptech range, because as I say, I 100% recommend them as a company anyway, be it poled awnings or the air awnings. And if you have any questions, please just drop a comment in the box and I'll try and answer them the best that I can. I'm sorry if I've seemed a little awkward doing this review video. I'm not very good with these review videos. I feel a bit, yeah, I'm not very good with this. I feel like I'm doing public speaking and I'm not very good at that. And I know some of you might be quite shocked if you watch my other videos and see I can waffle on for England. But when it comes to doing this sort of thing, yeah, I'm a little bit out my comfort zone. Anyway, like I say, I hope it's helped some of you a little bit. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.